This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And with us now, Dominic Carter.
WABC. One man has a talk show on 77 WABC, and that man's name is...
It's Dominic Carter. I am him.
And with us now, Dominic Carter.
Nice to be with you, Dominic.
It gets better.
You need to talk to Dominic Carter.
It's about to go down.
This is Dominic Carter, everybody.
On Talk Radio 77 WABC.
And good evening, everyone. Dominic Carter here with you. An exciting 2 hours ahead for all of us. I am still thinking about the positive vibes of the last few days. The ticker tape parade for the New York Knicks, followed by Alicia Keys at City Hall.
I'm gonna make it by any means. I got a pocket full of baby. I'm from New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York. These streets will make you feel brand new. Big lights will inspire you. Hear it for New York, New York.
At City Hall with Mom Donnie, the socialist mayor. That was the only negative part of it. You know, folks, I saw a video where just a short time ago, a few years ago, he could only name one member of the New York Knicks, and all of a sudden, he's a master at basketball and could name the entire team. I'm just saying. Dominic Carter here with you. So I went from the positive vibes of the last few days, my birthday, Father's Day today, to some of the messages that I received over the weekend.
Hey, so I want to send a shout out to Dominic Carter.
Yeah, hey Dominic.
So we're hanging out here on a Saturday night in Tottenville. There is a like beaches, like we're literally right behind the water. Well, actually no, we're right in front of the water.
Yes, we're in front of the water. There's the water.
There's the water right there.
And you can't see in this light, but there's a lot of ducks out there.
Oh yeah.
Tonight.
So we thought we'd send you a shout out. It's a nice peaceful Saturday night. We took the train down to the last stop, Tottenville. So, shout out to Dominic Carter.
Take care, man.
Take care, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Jimmy Fontanez and Helen. You made my weekend. You two really are the real deal. So we go from positive messages like that to you folks constantly keeping me on my toes. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines on this Sunday night, 800-848-9222. Well, Dominic, what are you talking about? The 3 p.m. weekday show that I do. Someone called up, and she was talking about the medic at the Knicks gathering, the Knicks parade, where someone almost OD'd. And you had this medic. It was actually 2 of them. But the person trying to see the Knicks parade, the person that was ODing prior to passing out, had climbed atop an outdoor subway elevator structure. So in other words, this man wasn't just on the street. The ailing man had climbed to the roof of a World Trade Center subway elevator. So he was about 8 to 10 feet off the ground, almost on like a rooftop. And he was trying to catch a glimpse of the team that had just broken the 53-year-long championship drought, whatever term you want to use. And so the man is up there and he passes out. He starts vomiting and he's ODing. And there's nobody around except for the people looking at the parade. And so this medic, she is amongst the crowd and she climbs 6 to 8 feet up aboard this rooftop with Narcan. I don't know how she had it or where she had it, and she saved this man's life.
So on behalf of the entire city, thank you so much for what you did.
Today I went to the Knicks parade. I had a blast celebrating with my fellow New Yorkers. And then this happened. A man had OD'd and the crowd worried that he might choke on his own vomit.
Help that man! Help that man!
A few people ran up and tried to wake him. Then this woman, Simone, sprang into action. She gave him Narcan and it helped. But the problem was, how are they going to get him down? These strangers all came together. Human beings just wanting to help another human being. Shout out to Simone and this other EMT who not only saved the day, but this man's life. It was a beautiful thing to witness, the best of humanity. Or as Simone put it,
New Yorkers helping New Yorkers. Exactly, that's the point.
And I knew nothing about that story until you amazing folks briefed me on it. 800-848-9222. Another story from the actual parade happened to be the embarrassing fight that I told you about between two women atop a traffic light pole. And I described one as having the derriere of 10 women or 10 people, and the other woman was petite, and then the heavyset woman is on top of the petite woman, and she's coming down and she looks like she lands on the hand of the petite woman. The petite woman falls down to the ground, and then the petite woman yanks her from the back to pull her down, but she can't pull her down. But what she does do is pull down her shorts, and we can see her thong or wherever it was or wherever it went. And we could see, all types of things. And I refer to her as pork chop eating. And a number of you took to that. Well, Miss Pork Chop, before we get to some of the serious issues like Iran and what's going on in the Karmelo Anthony case in terms of evidence being released by the judge, Miss Pork Chop took to social media and she confirmed every stereotype that one can imagine. It was very clear that she's not educated, she's not bright, she's not smart, she's not articulate. But yet, and maybe you folks are right and I'm wrong, these young people don't care. All they care about is clickbait, what's going to make them a star. I'm Kim Kardashian in terms of on the internet. So the woman that caused this fight literally put her side on social media. I don't know what her name is. I call her Pork Chops because she looked like she had 100 too many pork chops, battling with this petite woman. And then she started twerking, and all the men standing around her was looking at her like, ew, no one. And then once they started fighting on the ground, the men broke them up. But I want you to listen to the times that we're in. Right? We see your telephone calls. We're about to begin with them. 800-848-9222. The times that we are in with young people. This young lady here, clearly not educated, clearly not articulate, was not embarrassed to go on social media and tell her side of the story.
Everybody's saying I'm a bully. I'm not a bully. That's not what I do. I'm not bullying no one. And let me make this very clear. No one's going to bully me. What's up, gang? It's me, Traffic Light Climber. Everybody want to know my side of the story. I decided that I wanted to take a picture on top of the traffic light. I don't know the young lady. Joy wants to be screaming and cussing like, oh, you a fat black bitch. I said, okay, but you're mad though. You're mad though. You're mad though. It got to a point where she was pulling my leg, so I came down. And you see multiple angles, because there's like a million angles out there. I crouched down. I was speaking to her. She was talking. So I was coming down. As y'all seen in the video, Shorty was trying to knock my legs off. You're not about to knock my hands off of it. Well, on the way down, I decided to just had to go, whoop, throw you down before you tried to move my hands. And Shorty thought she was going to beat on me from the back, but I had to twerk. Yeah. But I got fed up at that because I had to hold my weight. I came down, whooped her ass a little bit. Like, I had a great time. I was having a good time. I came out here to have a good time. That's what I do. I love to have fun. I don't start with nobody. That's not my speed. That's not what I do. I'm having a great fucking time. It's been 53 years, bro.
So, I'm at a loss of words. Matt Blaze, you're cracking up there with your Dr. Pepper and your my Adidas burgundy jacket on. Explain this to me, please. Inquiring minds want to know.
Dominic, I am so surprised at you. I do not understand. I think she sounds like a very young, intelligent woman, knows exactly what she wants in her life. She took the opportunity to become famous, as she said. Everybody wants to hear her side of the story. We were all waiting. What did she call herself? Traffic lady? She couldn't even come up with a good name. I mean, she should take the name that you gave her and just call herself Pork Chop.
Right, it's a better name.
But look, she took the opportunity. She got a viral video. She doesn't care what she's doing, and I guarantee it. She'll have another video. She'll be twerking on something else. Maybe she'll do a stop sign. Maybe she'll do a traffic cone.
But we saw her vagina from the back. I mean, that doesn't count for something? And she looked like she had 100 too many pork chops.
Well, listen, she wanted to bear it all. She's not embarrassed. She wants her. This is me, world. Here I am woman. Hear me roar. See it all, baby. She put it all out there, and now we know. So now you can look forward to. Let me ask you something, Dominic. Think about this. If she puts out another video, are you going to be watching it?
No.
No?
No.
So if you find out that there's a Pork Chop Part 2, you're not going to want to see what she's twerking on now?
No. You know why? Because I think she's embarrassing her own people. I think that it's clear that she dropped out of school in the 8th grade. I think it's really embarrassing. So no, I don't want to see part 2 of it. Would you watch it?
I haven't really watched part 1, but I've heard the audio, and I heard the crowd said, ooh. So that's all she needed was enough to do a part 2. And I'm telling you, she will have another video. You heard her say, everybody's waiting for my reaction.
Right.
Who?
Right.
I mean,
is that why you were cracking up?
Yeah, because I'm thinking to myself, she said, everybody wants my reaction to the video and what I did. Obviously, she's proud. I guess people thought that maybe she was going to be embarrassed that she was bearing it all. Apparently, she's not. So which means if she knows this is what gets her attention, if she knows, and I don't know what her TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is, but I guarantee she got followers off of this, and they're going to want to see what she's going to do next, even if it is embarrassing to you and to me. To her, she's going, I got people watching me.
So to her, she's a star.
Oh, of course. She's a superstar.
Wow. A superstar in the making. Wow. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But
Pork chops and applesauce. Pork chops and applesauce.
Blaze, she looks double the size of me and you. Double.
Didn't stop her.
And she thinks she's sexy. But I give it to the petite woman. The petite woman was like, I'm not backing down from you. You're the loss of words there?
She is proud. Proud of who she is. She listen, you had to, if she was exposed, again, I didn't watch the video, I don't know.
Right.
But if she was exposed, she had to have felt the cool breeze. So she had to have known.
The thong just disappeared.
Right.
I don't where it went. It's inappropriate for me to say.
So she had to have known, and she apparently didn't care. And the crowd reaction, that's all she needed to hear. She had crowd reaction. It's all that matters. Famous. The line gets blurred when it comes to viral video.
Maybe you're right and I'm wrong. Let me go to line 2, Valerie. And before we get to the serious topics of Iran and the absurdity of what's going on with that case in Texas, wait until I explain what's happening there. Let's go to Valerie, line 2, New York. Valerie, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dom. Listen, I just want to say that young people have a lack of elegance and respect for themselves, for their body. I don't understand what's happened to young people. I know I'm a 20th century woman making believe she is a 21st century woman, but they have no class. They don't understand that they are dishonoring themselves. They are absolutely dishonoring themselves. No one wants to see their private parts. I'm sorry.
Right.
It is absolutely, it's disgraceful. And
hey,
I
Valerie,
also think there's a...
Wait, Valerie.
Yes.
There were about 100 men standing around her. These 2 women. Not one whistled, not one said, woo. Nobody, they just stood there.
Exactly. Exactly. Because they're not classy women. Who's going to bring that woman home to their mother?
You know what, Valerie? I'm so glad that you said it, because that's the message I try and get across to these young ladies. Listen, you could think you're this, you could think you're that, but are you the type of woman that he's going to bring home to mama? And if that answer is not yes, that tells you all you need to know. No one is going to bring this pork chop home to meet mama. No one.
And you know what? If you bring her home to mama, well, I'm not so sure I think much of mama either.
So Valerie, we have serious issues to get to, but this was the Knicks parade. It's all positive. I don't, and she sounds like she dropped out of school in the 8th grade. What's going on?
Because they have, I'm going to say, and I'm going to be very spiritual here, people have taken morality and God out of the center of their lives. And if they really put their spirituality and their sense of morality and God in their lives, they wouldn't act like that. It's trashy. They're just trashy. I hate to say that, but they're just acting like lowlifes. And they don't understand that they look like lowlifes.
Hey, Valerie, before I let you go, let's talk about something positive. What do you make of the medic that she was not in uniform? She looked like she was going running, and she saved this man's life. She happened to have Narcan. She jumped up about 8 feet to get on top of this elevator outdoor rooftop.
Oh my
and
God!
she
God bless
gave
her.
him the Narcan and saved his life.
God bless her. God bless her. There are good people in the world. I just going to tell you a real quick story. There was a lady outside of the bank yesterday, and she was, she's homeless, blah, 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 and she's asking for money. And I come out, and I try to give money to charities and stuff. I don't always like to give money to people in the street because I'm worried that they're just going to give it. They're just going to buy drugs or.
Right. And generally speaking, it's not a good idea.
But I said, sweetheart, she was young. I said, why don't you have a job? What's going on? I lost my job, blah, blah, blah. And I said, all right, listen, I'm going to give you money. I said, I don't know if this is going to help you or not. She hugged me. And I just, I never know what the best thing to do is. I try to send money to, homeless shelters and this and that. But, I see people in the street all the time. Jesus, I could be bereft of $50 to give money to everybody, but you can't because you don't know if you're helping them. I don't know what the best thing to do is. I don't know. But anyway,
I work near McDonald's, and every time you go in or out, it's generally the same guy there opening the door for you. And I call it the McDonald's tax, because no matter what you order, you got to leave at least $1 or account for at least $1 or more extra to give the guy at the door. He's the McDonald's doorman, right? And it's kind of rude if you don't give him anything. But what I think about, Valerie, before I let you go, I'm like, the hours that you spend here, why not just go get a job? Now, you and I know the answer, right? Because he can hold that door whenever he wants to and spend time the rest of the time getting high whenever he wants to. So, I mean, do you think it's wrong of me? Do you think it's wrong of me? I generally, I'll give him some change, but I try not to give these guys money because I know they're going to go buy drugs with it.
Well, that's the problem. That's what I feel. That's what I'd rather give it to, like the homeless shelter or something like that. And yet, I don't know if I'm following, as a Christian, the precepts of Jesus. What would Jesus do? That's always what's in my mind. So I don't know. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It really depends on how I feel as the person. I'm very clairsentient, and I can feel people's their honesty, and some of them I feel are really. I trust them. Others I don't, so I don't give them anything. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say. And,
fair enough. And thank you.
And I got
so
a lot to say about Iran, but that's another phone call. Okay, goodbye.
Well, and that's Mike that's coming up after you, Valerie. Thank you very much, Valerie in New York. 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. Before I get into what the president has had to say in the very latest, Mike wants to talk about Iran. Line 1, let's go ahead and take his call. Mike, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, Mike? Mr. Paz. Hey,
No. This is Greg in Michigan. Didn't I tell you that you're not going to get on this program until July 11th? Wasn't I very clear about that?
No, someone else told me, but it wasn't me.
Okay, but you're Greg in Michigan. Why are you pretending to be someone else?
I'm not.
Okay, well, I think you are. So meet Mr. Click. Because I hear the similarity, and you slip by using the same slogan, moron, that Greg in Michigan uses, okay? And so this is why sometimes talk show hosts don't want to take calls. I don't want to write down every telephone number to confirm and make sure, but if I have to, that's what I'll start doing. So before I get to the nonsense with Karmelo Anthony, Matt Blaze, let's switch to 2 and 23. And I want you folks to hear this in terms of what's going on with the situation in Iran. I think we all thought that this thing may not be worth the paper that it's printed on. A situation that seems to be going from bad to worse.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. I just spoke with President Trump for more than 20 minutes, and he gave some new insight and reaction about the ongoing talks that are taking place in Switzerland and the threats coming from the Iranian regime. President Trump telling Fox News that the U.S. may take over the strait in the future if they have to and collect tolls. The president described this as the United States being the guardian angel of the Strait of Hormuz and the Middle East. And the president said ultimately that would involve the U.S. taking 20% of the oil that passes through the strait. Remember, this comes in reaction to the Iranians saying they will close the Strait of Hormuz in response to Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon. President Trump tells Fox News he spoke with Iranian officials overnight and said, you close it and you won't have a country. He went on to tell these officials, you won't even make it back to your effing country. Now, earlier today, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian said this about Iranian enrichment of uranium. The president also reacting to that. Take a listen.
We will not give up our right to enrichment, and they, too, will be forced to accept it. You all know what the so-called President of the United States was saying. He had made a complete 100-degree turn. He was saying that Iran must surrender unconditionally. Iran has no right to do this, it has no right to do that.
President Trump during our call, responded directly to those comments by Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. President Trump told Fox News he better watch his mouth, he better shape up, or we'll take over the rest of the country.
So the situation as it relates to Iran, it seems to be going from bad to worse, and everybody's trying to paint President Trump, to box him into a corner. And let's not forget, to his number one point, that Iran could not get a nuclear weapon. That's the bottom line. So when we come back, time for a break, you'll hear what one of his number one nemesis, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, had to say on ABC. And we're going to talk about this and other topics. The number to reach me right now on this Sunday night, 800-848-9222.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
By the time I hit my 50s, I'd learned a few things, like how family is precious. Work can always wait. And 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles. Not everyone at risk will develop it, but I did. The painful, blistering rash disrupted my life for weeks. Don't learn about your shingles risk the hard way. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
Spotify, it's Jay Shetty. Are you one of those media strategy people? Scrolling through spreadsheets, searching for an audience that pays twice as much attention to your ads than they do on social? Let me introduce you to Fans. And they're here with me on Spotify. Trust me, I know Fans. They don't skip, they stay for hours. They don't move on, they manifest. They're not a demographic group, they're fans.
Spotify advertising. You're among fans.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back. So the situation as it relates to Iran, a fed up President Trump is threatening to blow the S out of Iran, prompting Tehran to storm out of U.S. peace talks. Along with the threats, the president suggesting the U.S. could take full control of the strait and impose its own guardian angel, that's a quote, toll system, after repeatedly warning Iran not to charge fees for passage. So we're going to take some of your calls on that, and then we'll get to Texas, what's happening in the Karmelo Anthony case. That young man recently sentenced to 35 years in prison. His idiotic parents should have known, take a plea deal, but now they want to be the civil rights issue of the year with their son that stabbed somebody else's child in the chest. I want you to listen. You just heard the Fox report as it relates to recapping what President Trump is doing and saying on Iran. I want you to listen to, and it's important sometimes to hear the critics. And wait, let me stop for 1 second here. So I don't know. We're going to get to Chris Christie in 1 second. That's a critic. I don't know. Maybe it's my style that I take everyone's telephone calls. It doesn't matter if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, whatever your position may be. I try to take everyone's calls. I have said repeatedly, Greg in Michigan, that he's banned until July 11th because of something foul that he said. Walter in Baltimore is not banned, but Walter in Baltimore is always oozing poison out of his mouth. The same from Russ in White Plains. And many of you had had schooled me, if you will, on Russ for months, and I ignored it because I said I make my own decisions, and as long as he doesn't say something anti-Semitic, as he does quite a bit, then I'm okay with it. And so sure enough, just a few minutes, but I said I'm taking a break from Russ because every word out of his mouth is poison. It's divisive. And I'm not about that. And I don't know why he just called. The producers have told him each time he's called, take a break. Dominic is not taking your calls for a while. And he just called again. So I don't know what it is with these guys. And you just heard Greg in Michigan trying to disguise his voice. But this moron slipped and used the terms that he always uses when he calls that he knows that I don't like, that I hate. But that didn't stop him from doing it anyway. Let's go to line one. We'll get to Christy in a second. Line one, Al in Yonkers. Al, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. Dominic, I just wanted to say, reiterate what you said. The situation with Iran probably is going to just go from bad to worse. I think our intelligence people know, and the President Trump, who's monitoring the situation from the presidential retreat, Camp David, his security people are telling him that Hezbollah is the aggressor with the latest exchange with Israel. And, of course, we know they're getting their orders from Iran because they're a proxy of Iran, just like Hamas. So the president knows where this problem is coming through, and that's why he is really starting to get upset. And if I was Iran, I would really be careful at this stage.
So, Al, what's the answer? And you see, when people call up, and I respect everyone's opinion, and go, oh, just bomb them, and that's ridiculous. Okay, that's an extreme that can't happen. So what's the realistic answer?
Yeah, it's a tough situation because the president knows that what Iran is trying to do is just push it back closer to the midterms because he knows that. He knows President Trump is not like his predecessors, Obama, soft on the situation, and he's not going to tolerate it. So what the Iranians want is somebody who's going to be soft like a Democrat and just let them do whatever they want. So they're just trying to run out the clock.
But see, Al, before I let you go, the number one reason why I'm in the president's corner on this is that Iran cannot get a nuclear weapon. At the end of the day, no matter how you slice this is what it comes down to.
That's right.
And I don't understand how some amongst the American people don't seem to understand that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's a shame that, I guess so many people in Iran, good people, want this regime out. They want regime change, but they're just a brutal group of people. I mean, they go into hospitals and kill protesters. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It is, but it is the reality. Al, thank you for the great call. Victor, line 2 and Bethpage. What's on your mind, Victor?
Hey, Dominic, first of all, I hope you had a good Father's Day.
I had a wonderful Father's Day. Thank you. Are you a dad?
Yes, I am. Yeah, as a matter of fact,
I hope you had a great Father's Day as well.
Yeah, just a couple of quick things. Maybe this is a little bit naive, but during the Biden administration, Iran had 4 years to develop a nuclear weapon without any static. And then
that may be true. That may be true. So what's the point, Victor?
With regard to which subject?
You just said they had 4 years under Biden to build a nuclear weapon. I'm saying let's take your argument. Let's take your argument as fact. So what's the point now?
Well, they had free reign, and why didn't they do it then?
When you say why, you're saying why. When you say why they, I don't know who they is. Are you saying why Iran didn't do it then?
Why Iran didn't build the nuclear weapon? They had free reign for 4 years.
Well, but I believe the Obama deal was still in place, I believe. And how do we know what they've done?
Yeah, this is true. And
you said it was something else you wanted to talk about?
And I think ultimately we're going to have to take over Cargill and to deal them a blow, because that's the only way we're going to deliver our message and sober them up.
Right, because these people are out of their minds, plain and simple.
They are.
Victor, thank you for the telephone call. Let me go here to Susan, line 5 in Brooklyn. Susan, what's on your mind? Susan? Stu. It says here Sue, guys. It says Sue, and you're telling me it's Stu?
Anyhow, Dominic.
Okay, wait. What is your name, sir? So I can follow you. What is your name?
Stu.
Stu. Okay. We apologize for the error. Go ahead, Stu.
Dominic, the solution in Iran, everyone knows. You got to get rid of the IRGC. The IRGC of the SS, which was Hitler's way of staying in power. They're the enforcers. They're seated spies and informers among the population, and they enforce with murder and torture. So it's very difficult to get together with potential people who are going to join a revolution. But that's what has to happen. And what you have to do is have our spooks. This is what I say. We don't need boots on the ground. We need spooks on the ground. CIA,
wait. It's hard. Wait, Stu, it's hard to hear you. You said you need what? You said you don't need boots on the ground. You need what on the ground?
Spooks. CIA.
Spy. I don't understand. Yes. Listen, the bottom line, Stu, is they can't get a nuclear weapon. You're talking all around that issue. Can you just deal with that specifically, please?
You're not going to have anything to prevent it unless you get rid of the IRGC and get a government in place that isn't bloodthirsty and that we can work with. The existing government is not. You got to get rid of them. That's not going to be pretty.
So the Trump is so wait a minute, Stu. So the Trump administration has wiped out a number of the leadership, and you're telling me that's still not enough?
If you deep into the roots of the IRGC, you will discover how deep the intelligence network goes.
I just want you to answer my question, please. So you're telling me that it's a yes or no question, that the Trump administration has not taken out enough of their leadership? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Tom, line 1, New Jersey. Tom, what's on your mind?
Hey, good evening. I just want to say I am so glad that we have a common sense president.
Absolutely.
Without it, we would be screwed. And it really is amazing how strong common sense is, because a lot of people don't have it, and without it, you can't really function correctly in the world. And it's amazing how people without common sense got as far as they did. I'm telling you.
Right.
Really
you're referring to politicians?
I'm referring to just people and common sense and just how it all works, how things don't work without common sense. And it's just good that we have this president that has common sense.
Hey, Tom, I'll do you one better. Imagine the situation under Kamala. Can you imagine this? Iran under Kamala?
No, I can't. It would be, I can't. No, I can't imagine it. You're right. I can't.
I mean, I don't think she'd be able to get 4 sentences out. They'd be laughing at her, plain and simple.
But I want to tell you something. The scary part is, I hope I'm wrong, there is a lot of sheep and a lot of people that are following her, a lot of young people that follow her.
Absolutely.
And they don't know any better. And I'm hoping that down the road they will not take over, because it can't happen. It just can't.
Yeah, I don't see a scenario where Democrats are going to win for a while, either the midterms or the presidency. I just don't see it.
They are relentless. They are relentless. That's their
It doesn't
thing.
matter how relentless they are. I just don't see the scenario. Thank you for the call, Tom. I don't see the scenario where they win. But talking about critics, I want you to listen, folks, to former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie on the Iran situation.
So now he has to make a deal because he feels the economy in the United States crumbling beneath him. And what's he do? He gives them the option of opening or closing the Strait of Hormuz based upon their interpretation of whether
they have to work it out with Oman.
Right. Us and Israel are complying. Us and Israel, not a party to the agreement. He gives them a $300 billion bribe offer. He unfreezes all of their assets. He gives them their oil profits back, which is $35 to $50 billion a year. On top of it, he doesn't prevent them from charging service fees to go through the strait, which JP Morgan says could be $60 to $90 billion a year. And now to end where you started, he hands over the negotiations to a naive and inexperienced vice president and two other guys who would be better buying you an office building in Alexandria than negotiating this. And let me say this, he's gone from America first to Iran first.
All right.
Now, how would Chris Christie know this exactly? What's in his experience to give him the expertise, except for that haterade that he's drinking constantly against President Trump? Could it be the haterade is because you wanted the national platform of joining the administration and President Trump said no? And he's put on ABC as an expert. What, because he's a former governor, former U.S. attorney? That's the expertise for him to qualify to talk about this situation? Let's go to Nick, line 2 in Virginia. Good evening, Nick. What's on your mind?
Good evening, Dominic. I'm sorry.
Well, I hope what you're eating is good, but go ahead, Nick.
No, it was good and plenty. But anyway, I believe that maybe the Speaker of the House should offer up a resolution explaining that Iran shouldn't never be allowed to have a nuclear warhead. And if the resolution doesn't pass, then Trump has a way out, and he could still continue the war and get out with honor like President Nixon did in Vietnam. And then we can use that in the midterms to say that we need a Congress that will pass this resolution.
Okay, so you're saying a resolution. You want Speaker Johnson to put forth the resolution that says what? One more time.
That the U.S. Shall see it that because of all the terrorism that's coming out of Iran toward the West, that we cannot allow Iran to have a nuclear warhead, and that we will resolve to in the future to see that happens. That it doesn't happen. I'm sorry.
No, but I on the surface, I don't see anything wrong with that. But you don't believe, Nick, that Iran's got to be watched constantly right now? We don't know at what stage their development is at.
Well, we've knocked them back pretty good. And like I said, if there's some additional action that can be taken, well, Trump can see that as a way, like our Congress and didn't agree that we should, be going after your nuclear warheads right now. But although they already took them out, so it's going to take them a long time to rebuild. In the meantime, we can get a Congress that's on Trump's side about this nuclear.
Right, but that means possibly gaining one or two more seats with the midterms, and
yes, sir.
It's not out of the realm of happening, but we just don't know as of yet. But I don't see a scenario where the Republicans lose the House. We'll see. Nick, thank you for the call. Let's go to line 4, Brady in New Jersey. Brady, what's on your mind?
Dominic, how are you?
Good. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, with everything going on, I think it's important that we all get out and, spend some time with people we love and be very grateful for the people around us, especially on this Father's Day. And I think that one of the greatest problems that the country faces in terms of going forward and navigating this political landscape is the dissonance that's created by, people who are too quick to play us and them. So I think if we can continue forward with some kind of new perspectives and some gratitude, we can come to a peaceful resolution.
With Iran.
Yes, and also, there are problems in this country as well, that kind of regard that sense. So, but yes, with Iran, it's a very ugly situation, but it is a beautiful world. So I think that, go ahead, shoot, ask a question.
No. I was just going to say your optimism is positive, and hopefully, I want to say calmer heads will prevail, but I don't think you can say that with the leadership in Iran. But Brady, thank you for the call. Let's go to Derry here. I hope I have that right. Line 2 in California. What's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I have listened to you for the last several years, and I decided to call you and tell you how much I enjoy you, and I think you're just wonderful.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you.
I live here in California, and I wish, I'm originally from New England, and I wish and hope that we have some talk show hosts that here in California that are like you. Just enjoy you.
They're just like me? Okay, so are they good? Are they really good?
You're good. No, we have nothing like that here. Are you kidding me?
Well, thank you. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. You just made my night. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, I don't know if you're married and if he's a father, but the men in your life, was their Father's Day good?
Oh, yes. And we're very old. We're in our 80s. And
wow, you don't sound that way at all.
Well, everybody tells me that, and I don't feel that way at all. And I try to be positive and think clearly, and I just love you. You're the best.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Wow, that's very nice coming from California. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
The most memorable gifts aren't found, they're made. Zazzle is a custom marketplace where you pick any product, a mug, a card, a tote, a phone case, and make it personal. A photo, a name, an inside joke. The kind of gift that actually fits the person. That's what 30 million customers have been coming back to Zazzle for over 20 years to find. Right now, save 25% on your first order at Zazzle.com. That's Zazzle.com. Make it zamazing.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Selling your car should feel like one less thing on your list, not one more. With Carvana, it is. Just go to Carvana.com, enter your license plate or VIN, and get a real offer down to the penny. No back and forth, no surprises, just an experience you can trust. Like your offer? Accept it. Schedule pickup, and we'll come to you with a check in hand. Your car, your timeline, your terms. Visit Carvana.com to sell your car today.
Carvana.
Delivery fees and terms may apply.
Your team just added its 67th AI tool, and also your 67th security blind spot. The good news? The Vanta agent works like a GRC engineer in the background, finding every app your team uses, scoring the risk, and drafting fixes for you. Vanta is the platform used by over 16,000 fast-moving companies like Ramp, Cursor, and Harvey, who are shaping the future with AI and staying ahead of AI risk. Get started at Vanta.com.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back. I haven't even started yet on the Karmelo Anthony trial evidence that was released by the judge there in Texas. And, at one point you hear the young man say, it's hard to hear, but you hear him say, no, I'm not the suspect. I did it. At another point, he breaks down in tears. And I don't know if that's indicative of something was wrong with this young man emotionally. I don't know if that was just a signal that he realized how serious this was. But, he went under that tent to avoid the rain. But yet when he stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest, he had no problem coming out into the rain then. He was trying to get away from the scene. And wait until you folks hear the disgusting things that are going on. So in a moment, I'm going to Don, line 3 in Islip and other calls. But I told you how they were doing these young urban kids. They were doing photoshopped pictures like they were urinating on Austin Metcalf's grave. Now just flip it around. Just flip it around for a second. A bunch of white kids throughout America urinating, photobombed on a black kid's grave. Now just imagine how that would play out in America. Live trucks are standing by. Live shot 1, live shot 2, live shot 3, live shot 4. The entire newscast is on this one topic. Black Lives Matter. That's what would happen. Just imagine, just flip it. White kids photoshopping, urinating on a black kid's grave. But now it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets much worse. Somebody has done a song, and it's called the Austin Bop. And it's these young urban kids. I'll let you define what urban means. You know exactly what I'm saying. These young urban kids, and they're dancing in rhythm like somebody stabbing them in the chest. Black kids dancing like they're doing the Austin Metcalf. This is what's happening on social media in America. So Johnny can't read and Sue is pregnant, but they know how to do a dance acting like they're Austin Metcalf being stabbed. You cannot make this stuff up, folks. Don, line 3 in Islip. Don, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, great show as usual.
Thank you.
I was wondering, remember those horrible storms they had in Oklahoma and all? And Elon Musk sent over there Starlink so people could connect with themselves.
Yes.
Why can't he do that to Iran? Because we don't know what the hell's going on in Iran now. We don't know from the people,
Okay, but wait. Don. Do you hear what you just said? You said we don't know what's going on, right? That's not what you really mean. What you really mean is the public. Who says the Trump administration doesn't know what's going on? Are you listening to yourself?
Well, talking, we haven't heard from the people over there.
Right. So, in other words, what you mean, what I think you mean, Don, is that you, the general public, that doesn't mean that the Trump administration doesn't know what's going on. Do you really think they don't know what's going on? Do you really believe, Don, that the president of the United States of America does not know what's going on with the people in Iran? Do you really believe that? Don. Okay, so Don is gone now. Hey, look, Don, are you gone?
Oh, thanks a lot, Dominic. Great show.
Hey, thanks, Don. But Don, listen, my friend, it doesn't mean, it just means that the American people don't know. The president of the United States and his intelligence team, I guarantee you that they know what's going on. So what I want to do, folks, at this point is, we're almost out of time for hour number 1. So I'm going to have to save this for the second hour. We see your calls, 800-848-9222. We're going to get to them on Iran, on what's going on in Texas. We have a lot going on. Dominic Carter here with you. We will be right back.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we will get to Iran in just a few minutes, and we'll update you on the horrible things that are going on in Texas as it relates to that Karmelo Anthony case, the young man that's now doing 35 years in prison. But I'm starting with Chicago. I want you folks to explain this to me. I really do. How do you do nothing, deliver nothing, give all the money away to migrants, and you're still elected mayor? Just this past weekend in Chicago, and this seems to be a broken cycle. This weekend alone, 35 shot, 5 people killed across Chicago. And those numbers may even update. I want you to listen to this from ABC News in Chicago.
This was supposed to be a joyous time. Neighbors say many people had gathered to celebrate Juneteenth when things took a violent turn. Surveillance video capturing what appears to be a barrage of gunfire. Shortly after, you see people running for cover. Chicago police were called to 95th and Princeton after a mass shooting around 11 Friday night in the city's Princeton Park neighborhood. At least 13 people were injured.
244 West 95th Street. I need crowd control.
Chicago police say a red SUV pulled up to a large crowd. Investigators say 2 suspects began shooting from inside the car before taking off.
There's approximately 25 shell casings, both rifle and pistol rounds, from 243 West 95th all the way to the end of the block on Princeton.
The victims' ages range from 17 to 47 years old and were taken to different hospitals. A 26-year-old man was last listed in critical condition. The majority of the victims are expected to recover from their injuries.
All of a sudden, you hear this loud I can hear the rapid fire of gunfire. And I said, oh no, can't be. And next thing I know, you hear the sirens.
You folks tell me what's going on in Chicago. 35 people shot, and you have that clown of a mayor, Brandon Johnson, who's always criticizing the greatest president in American history, President Trump. But it's your people, Brandon Johnson, that are dropping like flies. Children, elderly, doesn't matter. This weekend alone, 35 shot, 5 killed. Those numbers, I'm sure, will be updated. One of the shootings, 13 people on the city's south side during a Juneteenth celebration. And, I mean, I know what Juneteenth means, but what does it really mean when these types of things are happening, you know, in urban America? Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Before we start with your calls, Democrats in the double talk as it relates to Graham Plattner, the Maine Senate Democrat nominee. Listen to this here, this double talk. Ro Kahana says he believes the women that have accused Plattner of wrongdoing, but yet somehow he still backs him.
You also are not afraid to back Graham Plattner. You've been one of the most steady voices for him within the Democrat Party. When other folks within your party have said he's crossed some lines for them, we're going to put up and scroll here for folks at home to see some of the controversies he's been accused of, some of this stuff he's admitted to, some of it he's denied. But we're talking about things like the Nazi tattoo, which he said he didn't understand and later covered up. But, you know, slurs against specific communities, mocking, you know, a U.S. soldier who was shot by the Taliban, shaming rape victims and others. Do you worry about that? What is the line for you? Because there have been allegations by former female partners of his who've alleged abuse and mistreatment, those kinds of things. I mean, what happened to believe women?
Well, I do believe those women, and I have said that his past conduct was shameful, and I totally condemned it. He did 2-3 tours of duty in Iraq. He came back with a PTSD. That's not an excuse, but he said that he had a problem with alcohol. He had a ugly period in his life, and he believes that he is transformed and he's had redemption. And the voters of Maine had a choice, and they voted for him by 72%. At this point, almost the entire Democratic Party is supporting him, and it's for the voters to decide whether they believe his transformation is sincere. I believe that they will make that determination, but I do believe that people have to extend grace to folks who own up to past mistakes and say that they've transformed and that they're better.
Well, you are a little...
Incredible. You can't make this stuff up. So in a moment, I'm going to John in Colorado. I see we have Harriet in Brooklyn amongst the calls, 800-848-9222. But listen to this on Iran, a conversation President Trump had as it relates to Fox News.
Now, earlier today, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian said this about Iranian enrichment of uranium. The president also reacting to that. Take a listen.
We will not give up our right to enrichment, and they, too, will be forced to accept it. You all know what the so-called President of the United States was saying. He had made a complete 100-degree turn. He was saying that Iran must surrender unconditionally. Iran has no right to do this, it has no right to do that.
President Trump, during our call, responded directly to those comments by Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. President Trump told Fox News he better watch his mouth, he better shape up, or we'll take over the rest of the country.
So it sounds like it's going back from bad to worse. Let's go to John, line 3, Colorado. John, good morning. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, how you doing?
Good. Go right ahead, please.
I wanted to say I heard from someone in the military that you notice how Trump and everybody, they don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I've heard that they also have plutonium over there, and they're not talking about that. And a plutonium bomb is way worse than a hydrogen bomb. So something heavy's going on over there, and I think we should just take over the country and get rid of the Iranian Guard.
But is it really that simple, John, to just take over the country? Is it really that simple? Do you really think it's just that simple?
Take over
the country.
To take over their main cities and their ports, and take over Tark Island. I'd put 50,000 Marines on that island.
Are you listening to yourself? Just take over the country.
Yeah. We'll run it for a while.
Doesn't sound realistic to me.
Get these losers out of there. I mean,
right. Well, I think that's what President Trump is trying to do via military action, diplomatic action. But you can't just say take over a country, John. Right. What if somebody says that about America?
I'm more worried about if they have plutonium. That's a big country over there. It's twice the size of Texas, and they could have stuff all over the place.
Okay, fair enough, John. Thank you. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Harriet in Brooklyn. Line 1, Harriet, what's on your mind?
Happy Father's Day. You're the best and the brightest.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you.
What bothers me is on June 14th, the terrorists tried to take out the president at the UFC on his birthday. Now, the day after, we have a massive explosion at Edwards Air Force Base. 8 people killed in an explosive B-52 crash. And is it beyond belief to say that where there's smoke, there's fire, and is this a terrorist attack? They say the people
wait, Harriet, wait a second. So you referred to the UFC event.
Right, a terrorist attack.
No, but when we say terrorists, sometimes we got to be careful how we throw that word around, because I believe most of them that were planning that attack were already here in the country. And I don't know if some of them were American, and I know that it's the mother in Ohio that turned in her son. So I don't know. I'm just saying, let's be careful how we use the term terrorists. But you're making the connection between this and the B-52, what I'm hearing you say.
The next day. The next day.
Right. No, I hear you, but we haven't heard anything to indicate that yet. Correct?
They say that it's going to take months, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And the funny thing is that this they said that at Edwards Air Force Base was, I'm reading this from the Post, was the Mojave Desert test site where Tom Cruise's Maverick hit Match 10 at the beginning of Top Gun Maverick. This is a symbol of Americana, of patriotism, and it would be a good target for Iran. It's very strange that it follows the attack on the president.
I hear you, Harriet. But but based on what you're saying, I couldn't turn around and point to any American jet that's gone down and say it's terrorist related.
Well, this is what I say is I have full confidence in the president. And what we're dealing here in Iran is it's a death cult. It's very hard to negotiate with a death cult. And this is going to continue to go on, all kinds of weird stuff with Iran. They're not trustworthy. And
I agree with you on that.
The president has been, how many times has he been threatened with they want to murder him? And I would say that they said it's going to take months to investigate this, but it's a very peculiar situation, that it followed the attack on the president at his birthday party right after. Also, I think one of your reporters just said, was there an attack on a gas facility in Iran there? People died? What was that? I just heard, it came on the phone there, one of your reporters. I have to get an update on that. I don't have that information with me right where I'm sitting, Harriet. But I do thank you for the call, and we'll see what time shows in the future. Let's go to John in Reno, line 2. John, good morning. What's on your mind?
Dominic, these urban shootings are horrible. What the urban community needs is their own Charlie Kirk. They need a motivational fundamentalist that speaks their vernacular that can touch them to turn from evil and live right.
Okay, but wait, John, don't they already have that in terms of civil rights leaders?
Well, they do, but they're missing the mark. There doesn't seem to be one that really reaches across the whole spectrum of the urban community and motivates them. We have leaders, but we don't have an anointed one that's really effective right now.
So you're saying that urban communities need a leader, not discipline to get an education.
A spiritual leader to motivate people to sober up a little, turn from evil, and look to the future.
That's not going to work. That's not going to work. And thank you for the call, John. The reason why that's not going to work is because you have Democrats that are telling them they don't have to be responsible. They don't have to go to work. They don't have to go to school. They don't have to do anything they don't want to do. And nothing's their fault. So we're way beyond that. I don't know what the answer is, but I do know it's time for a break, and we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back, returning to your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. Let's go to Susan in Corning. Susan, good morning. What's on your mind?
Hey, girl. Hi, I'm glad you had a wonderful Father's Day and birthday.
Well, thank you.
You got my blood pressure up by playing that bloated voice there from Chris Christie.
Yes.
His statement that our economy, because of Donald Trump and his actions and trying to stop nuclear weapons, he said, the everything is tanking. The economy is tanking, and that they're going to give $300 billion from this fund and unfreeze. That is all false. The economy is in a positive territory on many metrics. As far as this $300 billion fund, it does not exist. It's a framework for countries and private investors that may want to invest in Iran's revitalization. So there's no $300 billion. It does not exist. They're not getting any of it. And as far as the frozen funds, who's in charge of that is Scott Bessent, our brilliant Treasury Secretary, is the one who orchestrated all these banks all over the world to freeze the funds from Iran. And that is not going to be, they're not getting any of that. The way it looks now, because they would only get it if they, do what they
did the right things.
Telling them to do.
Right. Correct.
It's all, Dominic, all that blather last week. I heard Trey Gowdy and all these people saying all the stuff that Iran was going to get. That's hypothetical. None of that exists. And what you said also is that we don't really know. Like, we don't know if the CIA or Special Forces is in there, arming the people. And, the IRG is greatly diminished, but, we can put the nail in their coffin, I would imagine, because they're the ones that are really in charge, it seems like.
Well, I just find it amazing, Susan, when people call up and say, well, we don't know what's going on. Maybe the government doesn't want you to know what's going on. But believe me, there are a lot of things going on. If you think it's only what we see on the surface, then you don't understand politics, because we don't know what's happening behind enemy lines with SEAL teams, with Ranger teams, arming the public. We just don't know. But Susan, I thank you for the wonderful call, and thank you so much. Let's go to Jerry, line 2 in Manhattan. Jerry, what's going on?
Hey, Dominic, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. Sure. Go right ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah. When Trump started the war, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, he said Iran would not have missiles. They would not have proxies to use. The other day, he said, well, other countries have missiles. Why shouldn't Iran have missiles? He has not achieved anything that he wanted to achieve.
So Jerry, wait, how do you know he hasn't achieved? Jerry, come on with the haterade. Jerry, is it a victory if he keeps nuclear weapons away from them?
That's no guarantee.
No. You didn't answer my question. I said if he keeps nuclear weapons away from them, is that a victory?
That would be a victory if he achieves
that. So then how do you know what's really going on, Jerry?
That's right. When he says stupid things, you say, well, you don't really know what he's thinking or what's going on.
Jerry, no. You know what it is, Jerry? I hate haters. And the haterade is just oozing out of your mouth. Is there anything positive you could say? And I'm up against a hard break.
Yes, Trump is the worst president we've ever had.
Right, that's what I thought. Don't call this program again. How about that? Time for a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we will get back to Iran in just a second. I want to talk about something for a second that is utterly disgusting, that is sweeping the nation in urban America. We all know the Karmelo Anthony situation out of Texas, 35 years for that 19-year-old African-American young man for stabbing 17-year-old Metcalf, the Metcalf boy, in the chest. So all over, he was in the wrong tent, and they asked him to leave. He wouldn't leave. Touch me, and then it just happened. And then the parents doing the idiotic thing of going to trial, taking the money. And by the way, there are reports that they're under investigation, taking basically a GoFundMe type account money and using it to buy a home and a nice car instead of legal fees for attorneys. Frankly, that should tell you all you need to know right there. But they have this dance that's out now in urban America. I'll say it, black teenagers. And not all. This is a handful of kids that are morons. And it's called the Austin Bop. And if you just put in Austin Bop and look online, and you'll see them dancing around. Too bad they can't dance around good grades to go to college. How about dancing around that? But you see them, they're dancing on rhythm, and they're pretending that someone's stabbing them in the chest. This is what's actually happening in America. And this woman criticizing those, condemning this dance that's sweeping America.
A new social media trend mocking the death of Austin Metcalf has drawn anger online after earlier posts showed people pretending to urinate on his grave. The new trend, called the Austin Bop, appears to show young users dancing to a song about Metcalf's death. In some videos, they act out the stabbing that killed him.
You know what's crazy is if it was switch and it was white people doing it, we'll see a different response. Let me tell you something, man. I've been seeing all kind of stuff with this case, the way people have responded, the things people are saying, and I never thought that I would see this. Since when is this okay? And my thing is, there's a lot of people that's doing it. And whoever made the song,
And so someone actually made a song mocking the death of this young man. So what's right is right, what's fair is fair. Let's just switch the races. The young man convicted is white. The young man 6 feet under is black. And someone made a song mocking the death of the black teenager. And then a bunch of white kids online did a dance pretending to stab the black kid in the chest. Imagine how that would go across in America. And it's not helping with people like 50 Cent. For example, the rapper 50 Cent vowing that he's going to put up every dime necessary for Karmelo Anthony's appeal. Listen to rapper 50 Cent.
I'm willing to cover all of Karmelo Anthony's legal fees until he wins this case. A 17-year-old, small-built black kid gets sentenced to 35 years for self-defense. Forced to serve 17 and a half years before parole. We all know damn well if it were a white kid cornered by a group of black people pulling out a weapon, the court would have already treated him like a hero and set him free with no charges. When I was making the TV series For Life, I already saw through the dirty tricks of this justice system. They don't care about the truth at all. They just want to make an example out of this powerless boy of color. This isn't justice at all. This is a blatant legal lynching. I've already had my team reach out to his appellate lawyer, Mike Howard. Since the Texas courts want to play games with black lives, then we'll see them in the appeals court. If this system refuses to listen to reason, then I'll smash the door open with money. If they thought this verdict would silence everyone, they'll soon find out it will only make our voices louder.
Now, 50 Cent, I like you, but you're not the smartest bulb in the bunch because you don't know what you're talking about. See, some of us have been around to cover cases where, using your language, white kids have gone to jail for killing black young men or black teens. 50 Cent, maybe it was before your day. Did you ever hear about the Howard Beach incident where Michael Griffith and some people were chased on the Eastern Parkway? Michael Griffith was hit by a car by accident. Several people went to jail for that. All the alleged attackers in that case were white, the Howard Beach incident. Did you ever hear, 50 Cent, of Bensonhurst and Yusef Hawkins, in which the black teenager went to go look at a car, a used car, with his friends, and apparently they ended up in Bensonhurst, and the young men in the community who happened to be white thought they were there to date a young girl, Gina Feliciano, I believe her name was. One thing led to another. Yusef Hawkins was shot dead in his heart. It cost Ed Koch the race for mayor. It elected David Dinkins, New York's first black mayor. Many of those kids went to jail. Those kids were white. You don't know what you're talking about, 50 Cent. This is not some rap song. Let's get back to your telephone calls. Let's go to Teddy, line 3 in Yonkers. Teddy, good morning. What's on your mind?
I'm really disappointed with 50 Cent. I thought he has really changed. And his agenda and the way he just spoke now, it really shocked me, and I'm really upset with him. I agree with you. As far as Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, he's the worst mayor in the country, okay? I'll call it like it is. And those kids, What the heck is their future hold for them? I don't know. Getting back to Iran, Dominic, I was hoping, really hoping, that this agreement was going to come to a positive fruition. Okay? But, Dominic, after hearing Ted Cruz and other people and General Kane, to me, it's what the heck did we go to war for? What did we go to war for? And I don't want to continue. It just makes my stomach sick because, Dominic, I think it's a waste, okay? They're going to continue to lie like they have for 47 years and get over, as the kids in school used to say, we're getting over. And that's what Iran is doing. And, Dominic, the proof in the pudding is in the eating. I know you support him. Granted, fine, okay? I wanted him to succeed. And then J.D. Vance getting on Israel, condemning Israel, as the writer in the Post said today, that was outrageous. It's nonsense what J.D. Vance did. And
okay,
that's all I got
Teddy,
to say,
Teddy, let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Do you think the vice president would attack or condemn Israel unless it's what President Trump wanted to be done?
Probably not. So it wasn't the right thing to do. And therefore, if it comes from Trump, he was wrong. And I'll say it on the air, Dominic, whether you're not going to agree with me or not. It was wrong.
Okay, so Teddy, what if at the end of the day, Trump stops their nuclear capability? Then what?
Then I will do a mea culpa. And Dominic, how are we going to get 100% verification that has stopped? When will it stop? 2 years from now? 5 years from now? Trump will be out of office, Dominic. How are we going to determine?
Okay,
Dominic,
all right,
did you know that
what,
after 60 days, wait a minute, Dominic, after 60 days, they're going to be able to charge tolls on the ships. But I thought that wasn't going to be part of it. Trump,
but the agreement says that they have to adhere to the rules to make sure that forever, or at least the next couple of years, there are no nuclear capabilities. So it's an ongoing situation. But Teddy, here's the question I have for you. So what was the alternative for President Trump? Are you supposed to do what Obama did and just look the other way? Or what Biden did? What was the alternative?
Dominic, I understand it's a difficult thing that we entered, but as General Kane said, he wouldn't have had any ceasefire. He would have continued bombing and bomb until we get rid of everything that we're supposed to do. And Dominic, I'm not a military expert, and I don't claim to be, but I just have to react to what I'm reading by so-called experts or people that are more knowledgeable than me. And Dominic, why am I reading 9 out of 10 things that I'm hearing and reading in the papers? Look what the New York Post said. It was a bad deal. The New York Post is a conservative Republican newspaper, and it said that, Dominic. So what are we supposed to react to when we hear that and see that, Dominic? So let's say the Post is accurate, right? Let's say the Post is accurate. That's nothing but a snapshot in time, just like a poll. Just like a poll. A poll can be completely accurate for right now, and that information can change by morning time. All I'm saying, Teddy, is I don't know what's going on over there. Anybody that tells you that they don't know what they're talking about. But I'm betting on this president of this United States of America. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And I believe at the end of the day, he's going to emerge victorious with this. And when he emerges victorious, I believe the American people will be winners in this situation. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and criticize. Teddy, I'll give you the final word. Go ahead. Dominic, I hope you're right. That's all I could say. I hope by the time Trump leaves office that this thing is settled. I would hope so, Dominic. I'm praying, okay? I'm supporting Trump on this matter. But I have to react to what I am reading and hearing. And that's all I'm going to say.
Hey, Teddy, let me ask you a question before you go.
Okay.
So you're a very proud retired public school teacher. Would you do it again? And what's going on with these kids that are out of their mind? They're coming up with dances, mocking the death of Austin Metcalf, acting like they're being stabbed in the chest. What's going on with these kids, Teddy?
Dominic, you asked me if I graduated college now, would I teach in an urban city, i.e. New York City? The answer is no. No way. And Dominic, I don't know what's going on with the mentality of these kids, regardless of the race. I don't know. Is it the music? Is it the rap music? I don't know, Dominic. I don't know. And I would not teach in an urban city today. But I don't have to think about that anymore, Dominic.
Wow. I think that says it all. Teddy, thank you for the great telephone call. Let's go to Steve, line 5, Newark, New Jersey. Steve, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, if it's a white-on-white crime, nobody worries about it. Teddy needs a Chinese girl to walk on his back at least twice a week when he puts that crack pile down. But anyway, the most important thing, Dominic, in this conversation is these Democrats are leading these individuals, folks in all these towns, to believe that what happened here is racist. It's not racist. You stabbed a kid and killed him. He's no longer on this earth. You took his whole life away from him. That kid belongs right where the hell he's at, and he should have gotten triple life, if you ask me. There is no, I understand. I understand. I look at kids, and I've been around kids my whole life. I have kids my damn self, but I'm going to tell you one thing. My kid would never walk out of my damn house with a knife. And Dominic, happy Father's Day to you, and keep up the good work.
Are you a dad, Steve? Are you a dad?
I'm a dad of 2, and my son is a law enforcement officer and followed right after his father. And
wow. Hey, Steve, wait. Steve, before you go, answer this for me. Who would make videos, put them online about the white kid in this case, black kids doing these videos, dancing like they're being stabbed in the chest to mock this deceased young man? Who does something like that?
You know, Dominic, it started with the motorbikes in the street, and the Democrats light touch, leave it alone, and it's the same thing. These Democrats, they're leading these kids to believe that this is a big racist incident. This is not a racist incident. This is an incident at all. This is an incident that took a poor kid's life, and that poor another kid made a bad decision. And that's all this is. And if 50 Cent is going to put all this money into backing this individual, why don't 50 Cent put money into these communities and try to help the kids in this community? When I stopped a kid and he's speeding and reckless, he called me every white name in the world. You know what I did? I went back to his father's house, and he brought the kid home driving his own car, which was Shorty in the car, and slapped the shit out of him in front of me. And that was the best advice. That was the best feeling I ever had in my life, because Dad took care of that, not me. Because me,
the way it's supposed to be done. The way it's supposed to be done, Steve.
I'd be the racist cop, but I wasn't. You know what I did? I used my head as a parrot, and I went to the parent and said, "You wait for me to knock at your door to tell you your kid's dead? No, I want you to deal with him," and he did.
Right. I got to take a break, Steve. Thank you for the call. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
So I'm going to have more on this in terms of that case in Texas. I'll have more at 3 p.m. Eastern today. The man that's been convicted, the young man, 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony, they've released the trial evidence. I just want you to hear a little bit of this before I go to Freddie in Flushing on line 3. Karmelo Anthony, they describe him as the suspect. He says, "No, I'm not the suspect. I did it." And at another point, you hear him burst out in tears. Take a listen.
I'm going to put your handcuffs for now, okay? He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. Okay. Let me do one more little
check of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't mind ever reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
You can.
You're just wearing one pair of pants?
No, I'm wearing some little under thing.
Well, yeah, but there's no pockets.
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
Okay.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony, Karmelo.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So, I don't want to judge the young man, him getting emotional. Maybe I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. You stab somebody else and you're crying and believing in your mind you're justified because I told him not to touch me, and that's justification to pull out a knife that you shouldn't have and stab him in the chest. Something is wrong mentally. Freddie, line 3, Flushing. What's on your mind, Freddie?
Hey, Dominic, how you doing? First and foremost, one was about Moss. The first thing is about 50 Cent. Just so you know, that's not him. I can attest to that 1 billion %.
Okay, no. It is him because I've seen several clips of it. Plus, there are quotes from him. What's your point, Freddie? I'm short on time. I don't want to waste my time arguing with you over that.
I'm not arguing. I was just trying to tell you.
Okay, Freddie, one more time and you'll be cut off. What is your point?
The second thing I wanted to ask you is they're fast-tracking mosques now everywhere with 501Cs. I just want to know how do you feel about it? To me, it upsets me because a lot of them are not mosques. I know because they're all over Jamaica. So I was just wondering how you feel about that.
When you say they're not mosques, so what are they?
They're basic. I don't want to use the word fronts because that's a different word, but they're
fronts for what? Fronts for what? Wait, Freddie, fronts for what?
Because you get 501Cs, it's tax-free. So there's 4 mosques in about a 4-block radius where I hang out on 135th.
No, I get it. I get it, the tax-free element, but fronts for what, Freddie?
Taxes. That's my assumption.
No, Freddie, you wouldn't open it up just for a tax break. It would have to be something else as well.
Yeah, I was trying to say it's twofold. There is nobody...
Right, but Freddie, you're wasting airtime. Okay, Freddie... Well, I have seconds left to the show. I have 40 seconds left to the show, and you've wasted... Okay, cut him off. You've wasted time with nonsense. I'm against these mosques. They're popping up too many, too fast. The problem is, they go, generally speaking, in local communities where the local communities are overwhelmed. They don't have the local communities enough money to fight back in court. So you say no to opening the mosque. They run the court immediately. They have a ton of money to win in court. And ultimately, the local township runs out of money and can't fight. These mosques are popping up too much. I wish that I could take your calls. We have every line lit up. That's why I'm sorry I wasted all that time with Freddie. Every line is lit up on Iran. I apologize. We can't get to it. I am back at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, happy Father's Day to all you dads. I'll see you then.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?